am I actually flipped over? I guess we'll find out in a second. Turn the volume down. YouTube doesn't think so. Oh, I should take it all the way in though. Oh, look, it's me. All right. I have no sound. She didn't fix the sound. She muted the sound. You do realize that if you go into the starting soon, it has no sound by default. I made it that way.
No, it didn't. I had to mute it because...
Then I'll fix it later. Hey guys, Mod's out there, Blue's out there. My thing is circling, so hopefully you guys still see stuff. Who knows at this point? YouTube has been a fantastic pain in the ass today. Is there sound? Can you hear? Is the typical problem of sound?
You're gonna have to talk loud.
I hope not, because like I'm talking normal and it picked up before. I'm getting no response, period.
It's low.
It's low.
It's reading low. So you either fix it on the camera.
Okay, I can fix it on the camera. I'm ready for this. Everybody gets to look at me staring directly at them for a minute. All right, try that.
You should back away from the camera.
Well, I just cranked it up another 10, so it should be quite loud now. What up, Blue? Still out? Still low? Good? Yes, stare. That's correct, stare. That was at you, Blue. Just don't think it was anybody else. It was for you. It's been a while. I missed you.
Better.
This sucks. YouTube, stop sucking like it's your job.
You really should look at this because it combines both chats. I don't know how you can get.
I'm going to eventually. It's just not something we're going to do here. I've got to re-perfect the system. We got new stuff.
This is the thing to look at.
So we've got all new stuff. Anyway, what we're going to do is this was brought to us.
Oh, you're back.
Ha! One minor power cable came unplugged. Things go horrible.
We got more people.
Okay, what I was saying before I was so rudely cut off by that pain in the ass camera. Someone dropped this off. It's still filled with liquid. It's still a steaming pile of crap.
They're asking who specifically.
Is he in here? Yes, no, he was in here earlier. Zach's the one that dropped it off. In the Discord, he's Zachmo or whatever the hell. I can find this out. Hold on. I have messages from him. It's WVU Zachmo. West Virginia University Zachmo? Oh, that makes him competition to you, doesn't it?
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore. Anyway, so he brought this. And Sarah, can you switch us over to the other cameras real quick? It's the very bottom scene. It just hopefully flips the cameras. It didn't? Well, you should set that up. Oh, you're watching a game? Okay. Yeah, you should still set that up. Thanks.
There's a basketball game on.
Anyway, so we have a water distro at the top with this god awful thing that's supposed to be a drain. I don't know why the drain's at the top. I also don't know why the drain is like that. And I definitely don't know why a drain has a plug like that in it as opposed to one that, you know, would work well. We also have some lighting that's been attached to the soft tubes. It's kind of a tragedy. More than that, though, we have this GPU, which means very few water blocks actually work with it. So a lot of this was built long before I came along. And if anybody remembers Bobo, Bobo's actually the one that told me about this machine ages ago. And it was really funny because it was a behind the scenes thing that we just kind of joked and laughed about. And turns out the joke was on me. About 4 or 5 months later, I'd be the one that was fixing it. So what we're doing today is we're not going to build this thing all the way. I've learned that doing 8-hour streams with you guys is as painful for you as it is for me. So we're going to unbuild this today, and then we'll do a different stream where we actually build this thing. I have no idea what's going on in chat because YouTube sucks. Let me see if I can get this thing to actually show what I want. And if I can, it might actually make this easier on me. Time to get drunk again. No, I definitely don't blame Sam. Sam had nothing to do with this. And time to get drunk again. We should do another drunk stream. We should definitely do another drunk stream, except if we do a drunk stream, I've got a few other people that might actually join Sarah for that. We could either get Crystal in here to do it, or we could probably get Katie in here to do it. Either one I think would be an absolute blast. That's true. One of them is definitely not going to get drunk at the moment, so it would definitely have to be Katie at the moment. That's a valid point. Forgot about that. Anyway, so we're going to start taking this apart. We've got all the stuff that we're going to eventually put in it sitting back here. You got your fans, your radiators, lots of stuff by TT. That's for you, Mod. I did at least get TT out of this. It is a TT case. But it's EK and Bisky everything else, which, I'll be honest, I'm not particularly fond of this thing. I'd much rather have a EK or a TT backplate, something I'm familiar with. Hopefully it won't leak. We do, however, have this thing, and it's the first time I've worked with it. This is the CPU VRM block thing. It's really kind of nifty. It's supposed to sit right here. I guess that's what you do when you don't have enough outputs on your distro block. So anyway, with that said, we're going to get started a little bit here. Hey, I have TT ready. That's true. Mod, when's your stuff going to be done? Like, is Kingpin ever going to send you your stuff? Like, ever? Because I'm thinking that's not going to happen. Hey, Zach. Zach is in here. No, Zach, we can't do a drunk stream. This one's already bad enough. We don't need to add alcohol to the mix.
Mod said I'm not allowed to drink on his.
Mod said we're... I'd love to do a drunk stream on Mod's build. That'd be the fun one. Alright, so we've got our bucket. And Zach, since you're around, can you answer why your drain's at the top? You understand how gravity works, right? It doesn't drain up. So I'm going to get this out of the way. And I think what we're going to do, let's see. I have no idea how this case comes apart. That's screwed into there. That's in there. I need to get this out because I'd like to take this off and bring it out rather than have to constantly rotate the case. And for you guys, that. But I don't know how this comes apart yet. because I haven't looked at it at all. Why bother doing such a thing? Let's see. Come explore with me.
We can do drunk snowball fights.
Well, drunk snowball fights are going to be a thing regardless. I don't think that's a question. Don't think that is a question. Ooh, just pops it. There you go. Now I need to grab a screwdriver set, and I know where that is. I don't know why I didn't bring it out.
You now have a scene where the iPhone is the main and that you're up in the corner small.
Perfect. Well done. Look at you multitasking.
Yeah, but my team is losing now, so.
You watching had no bearing on your team losing. Superstition does not apply here. Alright, so let's see. It's got a lock. No,
It's not producer Sarah being out of practice. It's that Sam insisted that we use a new computer.
it is the fact that we're using a new computer, but it's also, let's not be mistaken, the fact that producer Sarah is absolutely out of practice. Also completely uninterested. Alright, so here we go. Get that out. Now, we at least have this thing facing the right direction and not fighting gravity.
Also, you should move the camera so that you can see the build a little better.
Well, that's the whole point of having this other camera.
Right, but that other camera just isn't a big deal for nothing.
Well, if you would like to work the camera, please do. I'm trying not to get fluid everywhere. Alright, now. I'm getting some.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, cool. There we go. Anyway, we're at the. This is absurd. This is horrific. Oh yeah, there you go. We're gonna drain this puppy. Of course, naturally, it's not gonna come off, but I planned for this. There we go.
Next time we should get the Yeti out and use that for audio.
Get the Yeti out and use that for audio. Well, maybe.
Or the... Get the other mic out. It's just...
Come on, you can do it. There she goes. Nice slow bleed. Which camera are we on?
iPhone is big.
iPhone is big. Okay. guess technically.
Switch it back.
No, it's fine. There we go. Alright, we have a drained res, which doesn't really get us a whole lot because there's still liquid in the tubes elsewhere. So, we're going to tighten this back up. And we're going to try to make some sort of sense out of this.
Atrophy said hi.
Ooh, what's up? Masood is in the house. Wow, this is a real pain in the ass. Where did I put that screwdriver? Where did I put the screwdriver? There it is. We're going to take off this fan so that we can get a little bit more mobility here.
I know what his PC needs. Dongles.
I wouldn't put it past it to make this thing better with a dongle. There's nothing wrong with a good dongle. You'll lose it when you see Jason because he'll take it and stuff. God, we're not keeping this lighting, right, Zach? Yeah, it's fine. It's just a couple of drops. That's why we have a towel there. I thought ahead. Definitely
He
thought.
said no to the lights.
No to the lights. We're not keeping this. Good. So I can just cut these things.
Burn them at the stake.
Yeah, that's not a bad call. There we go. Alright. Now these tubes will actually flex properly. So, did we get an answer as to why we decided to put lights on the tubes with zip ties? Because I feel like the audience is owed an explanation as to why we zip tied LEDs to the soft tube. Oh, God. It's horrible.
I believe the answer is just, no.
I say you should blame Bobo because he let you do this instead of sending you to me before. I say it's his fault. Alrighty. Pull this crap through. Alright, that one we're keeping. We don't want to break that. This radiator is going to be full as well, so we'll have to deal with that. Although, strangely, most of these tubes I don't know if you guys can see that. We're actually pumping.
He said he wanted them to glow with the patterns, but got lazy and also didn't know about black liquids.
Alright, so this guy, I'm just going to take that chance. Alright, this is held on by a screw in the back that was placed there. Of course, naturally, it's an Allen wrench screw. Couldn't go with anything easy, could you? It's alright, we've got those. Let's see. Got that first try. And this is that point in the day where I say thank you to Sarah for getting me the iFixit kit because it really does have every option of thing I need still.
Ooh. 1 year later and you still have all the bits, right?
1 year later, I still have all the bits for 2 kits, actually.
Woohoo! I'm proud of you.
Not just one, I have both of them.
Because
Still.
every other screwdriver in our house has somehow gone missing.
Well, that's partially my fault and partially because when she likes to use them outdoors. And
So I asked him about that, but he said it's not him.
yeah,
He says it's you.
that's definitely not the case. I've definitely found a crescent wrench sitting outside in the front yard because of him.
Cap. That's what he was saying.
Cap. Yeah, it's not Cap. Not Cap at all. But you are correct. That is factually what he would say. All right.
Get Munchie's own tools. We didn't get Munchie's own tools. We got him his own swords instead.
Yeah, that's true. One thing we're actually going to be getting that Munchie's really excited about is we're going to be getting a forge here early next year, and he's very interested in doing his own blacksmithing. As am I. I think it's going to be an absolute blast to have a hammer and an anvil and a fire and see exactly how much damage I can cause. I mean, make stuff. Or, you know, what is this cabling? Why do you have cabling coming out of here and going over here and then looping up? Like, why didn't you just come out there? Like, this... Ah! It's actually more fun for me to disassemble this because I get to sit there and give people crap instead of people giving me crap for the job. This is actually kind of fun. I've turned the tables. Oh, how the turntables have turned? Is that what you just said?
Yes. It's a thing. It's a thing.
It's a thing?
Thing.
Oh, how the turntables have turned. That's interesting. Okay, so let's take this out. And then there's this wire. What's this wire? This wire somehow goes here. Come visit me back here. You can see what I'm doing.
You pissed me off. I have a way to get back at you. That everyone in chat would enjoy.
Look, all right. Do you see this? You have a wire coming through here, going down here, just to poke back out around the front to go there, when you could have just come out of here and go that way. Why are you complicating this? Ah! Okay. Now, this thing is finally free. All right, we got the pump free. That should let us get back to the emptying phase here. All right, we let the airflow up here. Oh no, that's not going to give me anything. Because that goes to there. So this one. Yeah, here we go. Get that liquid in the pump. There we go. Now we can take them off. Anything going on in the chat? Because I can't see it much.
Zach said seam stain at the time. Maud said I should prep my build with an AIO to use it and make it as bad as possible for Sam.
Oh God. I thought, you know what, I'm not even gonna think. It's Mod. He's gonna find a way to make it play Last Christmas just to mess with me. I know him.
That's what I'm gonna do. Piss me off.
Play the song?
Play the song for everyone to hear. I'll get everybody all at once.
Oh, that would be a nasty PvP. That would be a nasty one. I, as it turns out, went to Sarah's family's cookie making thing yesterday, and my first order of business walking in the door was going, we've got to turn off that Christmas music because you can't take chances. I've been very adamant about everything I do avoiding that damn song, and I've not been hit yet. Despite Mod's constant trying. Oh. I am surprised more people haven't been taken out already. We've had a couple of close calls, but no actual. No, we had one. Bananas got taken out. Bananas got taken out because he was at work and Best Buy screwed him. All right, what do we got here?
Mod said, to get Sam to do my build, I am willing to concede leaving my phone and watch in the car if it's before Christmas. But that requires my block to arrive first.
I was about to say, I'll fit you in. I will absolutely fit you in. However, that's really based on you having parts. That's not me at all.
No, it also, I need the pool table back because we got playoffs.
We have playoffs in January.
The 15th.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed. Very different table from the last time you guys saw a stream. It's a much bigger table. Way, way bigger table. There's a pool table under this table. Okay, so we've got one in there. We shouldn't need this. But I do want that crappy cat back. Just to make sure. Because I don't want this crap all over the floor. It's surprisingly sticky. There we go. Alright, this has fluid in it, and this has fluid in it, and it's connected to the radiator. So I think our next step is to tilt it and get the radiator. Let's see what we connect it to here and there. So I think for safety, what we do is we bring this up here. Take this guy. Can you switch me back to the Sony being primary? That $200 piece of wood just fell. You know, she'd probably like that. It's a Celtic knot thingy. Because God knows I'll never put it anywhere. Alright, let's get a little more drained. Alright, we've emptied that again. Move this to the back. This is really... What? Who's laughing? Why? What happened?
Mod said, Alexa, play.
No.
And then typed it out.
No. Do not.
Wouldn't it be funny if you had like, you know those streamers you watch that have like, if you donate so much, like, it automatically reads out the line?
I would set that number to be very high. But, to be honest, Mod might pay that to take me out. Said it'd be like $1,000 or something like that.
Jesus.
Oh, I told you, it's gonna be high.
That's too crazy for my blood.
I'm sure, but A, I'm trying to make it painful for Mod, and B, if I'm going out, I'm setting the number high. All right. Yeah, there we go. Have that leak right in there. That's exactly what I was looking for. Right on that power supply. There we go. It's actually draining.
Mom said he's a cheap bastard.
This actually is working. I'll be honest, I didn't think that was going to work. Got some in here too. Alright. I'd like to get the last little bits out of this. So we can tip it back over. Oh. Very fun stream, huh? Everybody's enthralled with everything that we're up to right now. The next safest place, it looks like, to disconnect this. Yeah, I think this is where it's going to start getting more and more dicey to move stuff. Because I don't want to fry everything. Not that it's going to fry because it's not powered on anyway, but I also don't want to have to deal with it. This tube's got plenty of fluid. This tube has a little fluid. These two should be empty, but the power supply is right there. I'd really like to not have it drip directly into the power supply because those sit right above that in this orientation. That would suck. I mean, not for me, but you know, for Zach, it's his power supply. So I think the smart answer is we're going to rotate it back down. Jesus, this thing is heavy. Mom, what case did you get? I'm curious if yours is going to be as heavy as this bastard. Yeah. Well, it was heavy when you brought it in. You got the P6. Alright, the P6 should be smaller than this. So, that's a good thing. Alright. Got that one done. Put this over here. So, back to questions about the stream. We've had a lot of issues streaming since we started all this. Running off of the Zephyrus G15, what do you guys think? Is it relatively clear for video, no stuttering, stuff like that? Because I'm still kind of hoping that we can pull off using this thing instead of the Mac. It seems to be, I want to say the word easier, but the setup was still a pain in the ass.
I think your stream mode is just really cluttered.
Well, I do need to clean that up, and that's.
All your scenes are not. Yeah.
Well, that's a part of that is because going back and forth between the Mac and the PC for it, it doesn't quite work right. Everything that works one way in Mac OS doesn't work like that in Windows. So you ran into a lot of problems, and being that it was booting up on one machine
Yeah.
using two OSs, it got really cluttered.
Everything seems fine. As usual, audio is the biggest problem. But I think if we have an extra Yeti.
Yeah, we've got the Yeti. We'll just bring the Yeti back.
Most streamers just the Yeti on the table. I don't
Yeah,
think
we'll bring the Yeti back. It's as easy as that.
camera's audio's never been super great.
Well, that's why I got the. Well, I'm curious. I've got the dead. This is probably gonna be fun to tell. All right, so I took off the dead cat. It was really handy back when the AC was running in this room and it picked up the background sound. Does it make it any better without this on it?
I've already got the same.
Well, we shall hear what the masses say. I'm sorry, we'll hear what the asses say.
Marginally.
Marginally. Okay. Well, that's what you get for now. We'll bring the Yeti back in the next one. Okay. Okay, so this one's got a bit of fluid in it. Get this one locked off. How's the Virginia Tech team going, Sarah? Oh. All right, we got the rest of this draining now. Okay, so that's out of here, which means this one we should be able to take off now. Oh boy, I didn't see those. Where's my needle nose at? Where'd they run off to? That's smart. Use the blue needle nose on the blue towel because you'll never find them again. Oh well. Alright, let's put these there to weigh that down so it doesn't come up. We're going to go to the CPU area. So we're going to put some paper towels down. You guys can't hear a damn thing. But just for the sake of being safe, we're going to put these here because there's always stuff in the CPU block and it always likes to make a mess. Oh. Hey Zach, how does it make you feel that I'm doing this right above the graphics card and didn't take it out? It would not be one of my streams if we didn't find a way to put a graphics card in serious risk. Although we don't have a balls at the moment, so, you know, it should survive. Of course, he probably didn't watch those streams to see all those people freak out.
He said, man, I poured cool on it before.
Aww. It's no fun if they don't actually get worried. Here we go. It's another one down. Alright, so once I get done with this, I'm going to go ahead and take these off and properly drain them. This we shouldn't need to because it's sitting down, so we should be good there. But I do want to get all of the fluid that's likely still sitting in that CPU block out. There we go. tubes in it. And then one last emptying of this guy. There we go. Come on, get out. There we go. There we go. One clean distro block. No major messes, which is kind of unique because we always seem to make a major mess. Planning ahead actually works. Let's see. Let's fill up that. Okay. Now, let's set this puppy down. How much does this case weigh? Anybody know? Anybody feel like going and Googling it?
I said, did you decide how such where you want them out for res?
I kind of, well, realistically, I guess since it's up, we can do this right now. We can take a vote. Legitimately, I think we want to put the res.
And they said 60 pounds empty.
60. That makes sense. Give me a second to get these screws off, and then we can talk about res placement. We'll probably get the res placed today. We certainly won't do any tubing today, but we'll probably get this placed today. So we'll get a little bit more done today than just taking it apart. Here, you guys can watch the excitement. Hey Maud, how's Eth doing today? Oh, wow. I know how Eth's doing today. That's not bad. It's going the right direction. All right. So let's take some votes, but I'm pretty sure everybody's going to agree that we want the res in this vicinity, give or take. If I had my druthers about it, I would say get a different res. Or not a res, distro block. And then the res itself is going to go roughly right about here. So let me see if I can find out where that puppy went. Say the distro block. Honestly, get both of them. They're both horribly ugly. So I think we're going to look at something like get out. I think we're going to look at something like this. Maybe there. But it's definitely going to be on this lower side, at least in my opinion, for the red or for the pump. And then the man, why does this bug the crap out of me? The fact that you don't have a distro block with a pump inside it. It's very weird that there's two. So this is my general thought. What does everybody else think?
It's about how I thought it should go, said Zach.
Yeah. Wow. So this thing's way behind in video. Let's catch that up. What do you mean on the front, Mud? You know what we could do? If everybody wants to hop into Snowball Fight so that the rules are still in effect for Mod not being able to hit everybody with that damn song, we can actually talk about this. So I'm going to pop up over there. And I'm going to grab a set of AirPods so that this doesn't rebroadcast. Alrighty. You there, Jace? Hello? There we go. Alrighty. So now I'm in here. What do you mean Discord not picking up? Yes, I don't have it set up to put Discord in to YouTube, so it's...
You're gonna have to say what they're
Yeah, so
saying.
I'll relay everything out to the video so that it makes sense to anybody that watches this later.
It's weird.
Alright, so let's remove this. You want to know if we can move the distro to be on the front panel. As in, like, there. It can be done. We currently have, let's switch, or at least get the other camera. Currently, this is what the front panel looks like. So the front panel has 3 fans in it. Can we put the distro there? Absolutely, it can be done. I don't know that you would get a super aesthetically pleasing look out of it because those fans would have to go somewhere. It could be made to fit because I don't know if you can see, they've got brackets. So it could be made to fit, but realistically, I think it should go on the back. The problem with putting it on the back is if you look, you don't have the screw slots for it. So there's absolutely no place to mount this. That's upside down. No, it's not. We're good. There's no way to mount this anywhere. You could mount it based off of these or those, but it would only be mounted on one side, which is more than enough to actually hold it, but I wouldn't call it a good look. The distros are 360, but I say, yeah, and you also have a rad currently sitting on the bottom. And you will also have a rad up at the top. So, the back is really it's not the only place, it's just the best option, is probably the way that I would put it. Who else just popped in? Ooh, Blue Wazoo popped in. So that's kind of where we are at this. It looks like right there is probably the best place we can put it. And where he had the pump mounted before, you can already see. Wait, let's go super zoomed in. Right there, we've already got some back panel damage. These holes were not here prior, and as a result, yeah, the problem is that I can't repowder coat it to make it look good. That's outside my skill set. Well, the pump looks weird there, honestly. At least that's my opinion. The pump sits way up here like that, which gives you a, I don't know which...
I'm using your iPhone as the main camera.
Okay, so that, to me, just looks a little funny. And when it comes to, yeah, that's where I was originally, like something like either here or next to it. I'd like it to be here, but the problem with that is that it interferes with the cable grommet. So it would actually have to sit pretty much directly under. I'm trying to see, can we fit that? I could get a hard tube down into here, so it could be done. Oh yeah, this is definitely going hard tube, 100%. So as you can see, we're barely able to clear that, and that's with the current thing. It should actually shrink quite a bit once we put that water block on it, because we're water blocking the cart too. So we should get some space back, and this area I think looks the best for it. My opinion. Some LED strips on this tube would probably look good, although we don't have them here. We can get those though. That's Amazon, $20 and a Razer controller. Well, it's better than whatever the hell this crap is.
Actually, you can only apologize so much.
No, he can't. Keep apologizing. Keep doing it.
Also, it very much sounds like you're having a one-sided conversation with yourself.
It does sound like I'm having a one-sided conversation. That's my bad. I need to get the audio restreaming in, but not today. It's too much effort for today. So, is the final decision for any of those in the voice chat, since I'm not looking at the chat, this is how we're going to put it. Like this? Or should we move this to there? In the middle or on the side? That's kind of how we're going to decide it. As left as we can go. So, yeah. Alright, so there we go. Zach, that's what it's going to look like. There's your answer. So we're going to go ahead and get part of this mounted. We actually can reuse that screw hole. That's nice. Okay, well, here's your thing. You get here or you get here. Because we're not going to sit there and drill each one of these, because I'll never get all of those spaced correctly.
Zach says I vote a little more middle and then approved.
You get left and right. You don't get middle.
Said a little more.
You don't get a little more middle. You get that one, or you get that one.
And then he said, not that I have a say.
Well, technically, I take that back. You could sit there and do it that way. And you could move the pump to the other side, but that would look horrible, so I'm vetoing that. If you want it more towards the middle, that's the option. That's as middle as it gets. It's the only option. What? Who said something tech? What? Ooh, a bot. Varktech? Barbara Hensley.
Seems like a bot.
Somebody, mod, deal with that. Use the powers you were granted. And ban them into oblivion.
Sorry, it's delay. I typed when it was pushed all the way to the front panel. Approved where you were holding it. And saying that. Blah, blah, blah.
I think it's funny. He's approved where I'm holding it. It's screwed in now, dude. That bus has left the building. Oh, there you go.
It looks good there.
The illusion of choice. Wow. We're getting all matrixy now. Yeah, my daughter just sent me a text yesterday. She's like, they're making a new Matrix. And I was like, no, they're not. They've made a new Matrix. It comes out in like 2 weeks. There's no more making at this point. It's done. I am super excited to see it. Sarah is not.
The last one was dumb.
Well, she says the last one was dumb. I don't know if anybody heard that. She just said the last one was dumb. But here's the fun part. While she thinks the last one was dumb,
they got worse. The first one was really good.
the last one, as it turns out, is still technically the second one. She hasn't seen the third one. So, you know,
I haven't seen the third one yet.
she doesn't realize. But I say she has no idea how bad it truly gets.
Oh, man. Always make me watch bad movies.
Oh God, what is my
Like half to three quarters as good as one is, I'll be happy.
Don't disconnect. Get back in the AirPod. There we go. Yeah, if it's half as good as one, I will genuinely be happy. I don't think, for the life of me, that that's gonna be how it works out. I'm pretty sure that it just. I think there's a fairly good chance that it's a cash grab. Which is disappointing. True. But, you know, realistically, Keanu's still in his game. We've all seen the John Wicks. So, and for anybody that's watching wondering why I'm just talking about movies in my head, it's in the AirPod. But Keanu's still in his game. He's absolutely still in his game. John Wick has proven that time and time and time again. This thing. Alright, so here's the downside. If we mount it here, guys, it's only able to be held in by 2 screws. And specifically, let's see if I can make sure. It's the 2 screws that are right here. Which means this is super floppy. I mean, I can tighten them up, but I'm still not thrilled about that. I can. Trying to see. Ooh, wait. There may be a way to drill these holes. Let's see. There may be a way to drill some of these holes. Because what? They claim that distro was designed for this case? This is the most generic distro they've ever done, because usually you have way more flow ports. You've got a bar in the middle that separates your return instead of, hold on. That's the only flow blocker you got right there. That little piece of bar. The rest of this is purely wide open. This is the most generic thing that they've ever made. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that perfectly, but yeah, this is generic. This is definitely not made for this case. Well, specifically, Zach, I've already removed the hard drive from the back, at least in that area. So, I'm not going to drill through your hard drives. At least not without somebody telling me to. So, you don't have to worry about that. But, alright, so this screw has a backing plate for the hard drives, so we can't put a screw here. We can put them lower, though. We can put them lower. I won't do that on the video because I need to actually concentrate and get this stuff lined up. But the upside is, and what I can see that you guys can't right now is, let's see, cameras on this side. We're gonna go vertical for that. You see how you've got the barrel where they screw in? I'm thinking I can make a mark right behind it, and then take off the distro, and then just drill through where I leave that mark, which should give me the opportunity to put at least a couple in here. It doesn't need to have all 8, but if we can get like, yeah, 2 on each side, I think we can get away with. Because once you've got the hard tubing in there, you've got plenty of rigidity. So, View 71 from Thermaltake, I believe. Zach, if you want to confirm that to anybody that was wondering why I just said that, you just read the chat. Ooh, another bot.
Mr. Ploxygen is in.
Sorry, it's a View 91, not a View 71. View 91. I still stand by the P6, dude, or the P8, or whichever P you got. Yeah. So another fun thing we're going to be doing, as far as build stuff, we're about to do a remodel on Munchie's room, which is going to, it's going to obliterate part of his closet, because his closet's the stupidest thing I've ever seen designed for closets. It's a long, thin closet with 2 doors and a big section of wall in between that you could technically walk through, except that if you had any clothes there, you wouldn't be able to walk through. So it's a really bad design. We're going to get that redone. When we do that, we're going to do an alcove desk like we did with Sarah. So we're actually going to do a video on that whole process. I probably will spare you the sanding and polyacrylicing the desk, because that part's really boring even for me. But we should have some fun. He's going to get some Nanoleaf panels and some LEDs, and we're going to try to do it upright. So we do have a video coming for that.
Have you seen the 7000X / 7000D from Corsair?
Have I seen the 7000X / 7000D from Corsair? I'm guessing that's a case, and it doesn't matter because it could be a case, it could be a water. I don't do Corsair a whole lot. Most of the time I bitch and complain about Corsair stuff. I'm not a fan of their. I don't dislike their RGB. I really hate their RGB utility. I hate their water cooling stuff in its entirety. Are they the frosted ones? Okay, so Mod says he's got Corsair tubes coming, and they are the frosted ones. For the record, those are the only thing on Corsair's list of parts that they make that I find cool. So I won't lie, I have thought about switching out to those. I do think they're cool. I won't do it though. It's not worth the effort to just switch out to frosted tubes. Not for me anyway, but everything else they have, I kind of hate. In the case of their CPU water block, I do like the fact that they have a white option, but you can also just get a Velocity from EK and then get the white plate for it. So that gets around having to use a white one there. I do like the fact that they have that one more flat reservoir pump combo. I forget what the model number is, but I dislike the fact that you can't put it any way you want as far as orientation. It has to sit one particular way, and it doesn't work for the only possible thing that I'd use it for, which would be my TT100. So instead, I'll be using an Alpha Cool Ice Ball, which is going to look really cool in it. When I get down to eventually water cooling that, if and when we ever get a graphics card for it. Am I talking about the Corsair block that looks like fans? You mean the distro? Yeah, it's the size of a 120 fan. I don't remember. Oh no! I know you're talking about the pre-built 360 fan res thing. I don't like that at all. No, the one I'm talking about is it's about yay big. It's not even really listed very well on their website, but it's part of their new Corsair HX whatever that they came out with a year and a half ago. I'll post a link up somewhere. It looks really good, and they make it in white. The problem is that you can't orient it the way you want it if you want it a different way. They only support one option for it. I think if you could sit there and make it flat and upright, it would look really good, but the way that they've got the input-output on the water flow apparently doesn't work. I looked into that because I thought it would be a really good idea for the TT100, and it just didn't work out that way. So, anyway, pull that out a little bit. There's not too much more I think I'm really going to do in this stream. I didn't want to make it too terribly long. We've got some other stuff to get done today. While I'm away, I'll get this thing secured and I'll get the pump put in down here. The next time we do this, we're probably going to do some radiator mounting, maybe some tubing, and maybe the graphics card. Although I expect at least 2 more streams to come out for this because we keep doing these 8 to 12 hour things and it's really hard to keep people involved and me entertained. So I think we're going to do a couple of like 2 and 3 hours, and I think that's where we're going to leave it. So if there's any questions before we hop off of this, shout them out so that we can do them. Otherwise, we will end this thing and I will get some Age of Empires in today. I'm looking forward to that. Because Kirby and I finally figured out what the hell we were doing. Which is
I don't know what I'm doing.
that you can play. If anybody else wants to play Age of Empires, let us know, because I'm finally figuring it out. It's very, very different from Age of Empires 2 and 3. If you were really good at 2 and 3, you're probably getting thrown for a loop in 4. Okay, no questions. I'm going to go ahead and take out the CPU block so I can drain it, and I will catch you guys in the next stream. And Snowball Fight is expected to be Tuesday. Anybody that's still out there, Tuesday is when Snowball Fight is expected to happen. I have pool on Tuesday night, and Sarah's saying we can't play on Tuesday night, but what Sarah doesn't realize is I have a gaming laptop and they have Wi-Fi there, which means I will be in that place shooting pool and playing Snowball Fight. Don't think for one single solitary second that I'm going to miss Snowball Fight on Tuesday. Ugh. Gross. Oh, by the way, Zach, we never talked about thermal paste as far as what you want. I don't know if you want... I don't know if he wants Cryonaut, if he wants Conductonaut, any of that stuff, since we're doing it fresh. So we can do liquid metal. I'm pretty sure Conductonaut's relatively easy enough to get a hold of in a timely manner. Ooh, I'm really glad I put that in there. That's kind of really damn. Yeah, Micro Center has it. Amazon, I'm sure, can get it quickly enough. So, did he respond? If not, I'll message him. All right. Well, CPU block is drained. And there we go. So with that said, Sarah, if you can kick us over to stream is ending, I'll see anybody that wants to play video games in the Discord in a little bit. And I will catch you guys in the next stream. Go ahead and kick it over.